Everything changes the moment Jackie steps out of that car. There's something in her eyes, a mix of fear, strength, and unfinished love. After disappearing at the end of Season 1, the trailer wastes no time showing us that Jackie's back. But she's not the same girl who once stood torn between two brothers. This return isn't just a homecoming, it's a storm waiting to happen. And from the very first second of the trailer, the message is clear: Jackie is no longer running. She's here to face everything she left behind. Season 1 ended on a note that shattered expectations. Jackie's sudden decision to leave the Walter household without a proper goodbye left Cole and Alex broken in different ways. She walked away from a love triangle that was growing too intense, from friendships that were starting to fracture, and from a version of herself that didn't feel real anymore. The trailer picks up that emotional thread instantly. In the opening scene, we see Jackie return to the small town in Colorado, stepping into a world she once called home but now feels distant. The camera lingers on her face, and even without a single word, you can tell that she's battling a whirlwind of emotions: guilt, hope, maybe even love. What's striking is how much she's changed. Her style is different, more mature, sharper, almost like she's built emotional armor during her time away. But there are still cracks in it, moments where the old Jackie flickers through. She walks into the Walter household, and you can feel the tension thick in the air. No hugs, no grand welcome. Just stunned silence and guarded expressions. This isn't the return of a girl who was missed, it's the return of someone who hurt people deeply, even if it wasn't on purpose. Cole's reaction is cold, at least on the surface. In the trailer, he barely looks at her, but his jaw clenches and his body stiffens. That says more than words ever could. He's clearly still angry, or worse, still hurting. The trailer gives us a brief but powerful flashback to the night. Jackie left, and Cole standing alone on the porch, watching the taillights disappear. That pain hasn't gone anywhere. If anything, it's hardened him. He looks different now too, more distant, more guarded. And while we don't hear him speak much in the trailer, his silence screams volumes. He's not ready to forgive. Not yet. Alex, on the other hand, seems softer but still cautious. He approaches Jackie with careful kindness, but there's a hesitation there, like he doesn't know if he should trust her or protect himself. In one scene, they're sitting on the edge of the porch, side by side, but not touching. There's a pause, a glance, and then Alex asks her quietly, "Why now?" The question lingers unanswered in the trailer, but it hits hard. Why did she come back now? What's changed? The trailer also hints that Jackie's return is going to shake the entire dynamic of the Walter household. We see the other boys reacting differently. Some look happy, others look confused, and one even rolls his eyes. There's a dinner scene where the silence is loud and everyone's just pretending it's normal to have Jackie back at the table, but it's not. It's like sitting across from a ghost, someone you loved and lost, suddenly back with no explanation. The emotions are raw, and the tension is building with every second. There's a brief moment in the trailer where Jackie is seen alone, looking at an old photo of her, Cole, and Alex. Her fingers trace the edge of the frame, and her eyes well up. That tiny scene says so much. She's not just back for closure, she's back because a part of her never really left. The memories, the relationships, the feelings, they're still inside her, and now she has to face them all. Whether she's ready or not, but perhaps the most telling moment comes at the end of the trailer's first minute. Jackie walks into the stables, the place where so many key scenes took place in Season 1, and she just stops. The music drops, the world goes quiet, and she whispers, "This place still feels like home." It's a simple line, but it cuts deep, because maybe that's the real reason she came back. Not for Cole, not for Alex, but for herself. To find the girl she left behind when she ran away. To see if this place, this chaos, this family could still be a part of her life. This opening section of the trailer sets the tone for Season 2 in a powerful way. Jackie's return isn't just a plot twist, it's a trigger for everything that's been buried. And the trailer makes it clear that nothing will be easy. Relationships will be tested, old wounds will reopen. And the girl who once tried to escape her problems will now have to face them, one by one. Jackie's back, but what? she really wants and what she's willing to fight for is still a mystery. And that's what makes this trailer so gripping. It promises answers, but it also hints at even bigger questions. The trailer shifts gears the moment we start seeing how everyone reacts to Jackie's return, not just emotionally, but personally. Her presence isn't just uncomfortable, it's disruptive, and no one feels that more than Cole. The camera captures him in fleeting glances, carefully framed to keep his emotions tightly sealed. But the pain is there, just beneath the surface. In one scene, he's alone in the barn, throwing a baseball up and catching it, over and over, like he's trying to distract himself from thinking about her. Then he stops. The ball slips from his hand. He hears her laughter off screen and, for a second, the entire weight of season 1 comes crashing back. Cole's pain isn't loud. It's quiet. It's hidden behind every look he doesn't give her and every moment he walks away. The trailer doesn't show him yelling or confronting Jackie. Instead, it shows the walls he's built since she left. In season 1, Cole was bold, reckless with his feelings, and completely unafraid to show that he loved her. Now, in season 2, he's cautious. He's not ready to be hurt again. We see him late at night, sitting on the roof, watching the stars, the same spot where he once told Jackie how he really felt. That memory haunts him, and it shows. The trailer lets the silence speak, and that silence says he's still not over. Alex, on the other hand, seems to be walking a much more complicated path. On the outside, he's calm, sweet, dependable, exactly how we remember him, but there's something different about him, too. In season 1, he was the safe choice, the steady presence in Jackie's chaotic world. But now that role has become heavier. There's a brief clip in the trailer where Alex is at the piano, playing the same melody he once played for Jackie, and he stops halfway through. He looks up, sees her in the hallway, and doesn't say a word. His smile fades. That moment, so small yet so full of meaning, tells us everything. He still loves her, but he's afraid of what her return means. Does she still feel the same? Is she back for him or for Cole? The emotional divide between Cole and Alex is what drives this season, and the trailer leans into it hard. We see split-second shots of them arguing. Nothing explosive, just quiet, bitter moments that speak of deep wounds. Alex says something like, "We can't go back," and Cole responds with, "Maybe we were never moving forward." These lines aren't just dialogue, they're reflections of everything left unsaid. The rivalry between them is no longer just about Jackie, it's about everything she made them feel, everything they lost when she left. But it's not just the brothers who are affected. The trailer shows glimpses of the entire Walter household being shaken. Nathan is seen pulling Jackie aside, asking her straight up, "Are you sure you want to be here?" Will is avoiding eye contact with her. Isaac pretends like nothing happened but clearly keeps his distance. There's a powerful dinner scene where George tries to ease the tension by cracking a joke, but no one laughs. Jackie looks around the table and realizes that this isn't the same family she left. Her absence left a mark. Her return has reopened every single scar. Still, it's Jackie's inner battle that makes this trailer so rich. She's not portrayed as the girl caught between two boys anymore. She's someone wrestling with guilt, with choices she made and ones she ran from. In one striking moment, she's seen walking through the fields alone, tears in her eyes, as she whispers to herself, "Maybe I don't belong anywhere." That line hits like a punch to the gut, because this isn't just about romance anymore, it's about identity, about belonging, about trying to figure out where home really is. There's a subtle moment in the trailer that fans might miss on first watch. Jackie is seen going through her old sketchbook. Most of the pages are torn out, but one drawing remains. It's a sketch of Cole and Alex, side by side, both smiling, both unaware of how things would unfold. She stares at the page, runs her fingers across the lines, and then closes the book. Slowly, that quiet act speaks volumes. She's trying to move on, to put the past behind her. But something in her heart won't let go. And then there's the scene that leaves viewers holding their breath. It's late at night. Jackie and Cole cross paths outside the barn. They both freeze. The tension is thick. She says, "I didn't come back to hurt anyone," and Cole, without looking at her, says, But you did. And then he walks away. That one moment is more powerful than any romantic speech, because it shows that season 2 is not about picking up where they left off. It's about reckoning with everything that was broken. The trailer doesn't give us answers, and that's what makes it so compelling. It gives us glimpses enough to feel the pain, the hope, and the confusion, but not enough to know where things are headed. And that's exactly what keeps viewers on edge. Will Jackie mend what she broke? Will Cole ever let her in again? Is Alex still the steady heart or the one who finally breaks? Just when we think we've unpacked all the emotional layers of Jackie's return, the trailer throws in a curveball. Another girl. She appears briefly but memorably, walking into frame during a group gathering, her energy completely different from Jackie's. She's confident, stylish, and clearly someone new in the Walter Boys circle. Her name isn't revealed, but her presence says enough. She laughs a little too comfortably with Cole. She shares a lingering glance with Alex and Jackie. She's watching it all unfold from the edge of the room, heart heavy and eyes full of questions. This new girl isn't just a background character. She's a disruption, a symbol of the time Jackie was gone and the life that moved on without her. The trailer never gives us a direct confrontation, but tension builds with every scene she's in. Whether it's her helping George in the barn or sitting beside the boys at the lake, it's clear she's woven herself into the dynamic that Jackie once had. There's even a scene where she catches Jackie off guard in the kitchen and says something like, "It must be strange coming back." Jackie forces a smile, but you can see the storm brewing beneath it. This isn't jealousy, it's the ache of realizing that maybe, just maybe, she's no longer the center of this world. And it's not just about romance. The family dynamics are shifting, too. George and Catherine, always the steady foundation of the Walter household, are now facing cracks in their own relationship. The trailer shows them in disagreement, whispering in sharp tones while the boys pretend not to notice. Catherine seems worried, George looks frustrated, and Jackie ends up hearing part of their conversation without them knowing. It adds another layer to the story. Jackie didn't just return to old love. She walked into a home on the edge of unraveling. It's not just about her fitting in again, it's about whether there's even a place left for her to fit into. Meanwhile, Nathan, usually the comic relief, seems to be taking things more seriously this season. In one scene, he catches Jackie sitting alone and says, "You think this is all about you?" The line is sharp, unexpected. Jackie doesn't respond. But it's a wake-up call, not just for her, but for the audience. Because while we've all been focused on the Cole-Jackie-Alex triangle, the trailer reminds us that everyone in the Walter household has been dealing with her absence in their own way. Jackie's return didn't just stir up old feelings. It stirred up unresolved pain in people who felt abandoned, overlooked, or forgotten. Then comes the moment that changes everything. A ranch fire. It happens fast in the trailer, flashes of smoke, flames, panicked faces, and the sound of sirens. But it's enough to shake the entire tone. Jackie is seen sprinting across the field, screaming someone's name. Cole's hands are covered in soot. Alex is helping pull someone out of the barn. The fire doesn't just bring danger, it brings clarity. Because in chaos, true feelings rise to the surface. We don't know who started it or how bad the damage is, but the message is clear. Life doesn't pause for emotional drama. And when things are burning, literally everything petty, every grudge, every silent heartbreak suddenly feels meaningless. But it's what happens after the fire that really hits. The trailer cuts to a hospital waiting room. Jackie is sitting between Cole and Alex. No words are spoken. No one's touching. But their shared fear is unmistakable. It's a moment that reminds us why they mattered so much in the first place. Because even through the silence and bitterness, there's still a bond they can't break. This isn't just about love, it's about history. About shared memories and trauma that bind people together even when everything else falls apart. And through all this, we start to see a different Jackie. Not the girl torn between two boys, not the outsider trying to fit in, but someone who's beginning to understand the deeper meaning of family. The trailer shows her quietly helping in the aftermath of the fire, feeding animals, fixing fences, sitting with Isaac when he breaks down. There's one particularly touching moment where she comforts Danny, who's been struggling all season with anxiety. She doesn't say much, just sits beside him, offering quiet company, and it's the kind of scene that doesn't scream for attention but leaves a lasting impact. Jackie's not trying to win anyone back anymore. She's just trying to be present. And maybe that's what this season is really about. Of course, the love triangle is still very much alive. In one of the final scenes of the trailer, we see Jackie dancing alone at a bonfire while Cole watches from a distance. Then Alex steps forward and joins her. There's no big kiss, no confession, just a slow, silent dance under the stars. Cole turns away before the song ends. That's when the camera lingers on Jackie's face, unsure, torn, a flicker of guilt behind her smile. Because the truth is, no matter how much healing happens, love rarely comes without cost. The trailer leaves us with one final, haunting image: Jackie walking into her old bedroom, now repainted and rearranged. It no longer looks like her space. She opens the closet. Her things are gone. She sits on the edge of the bed, completely still. Then she whispers, "Maybe it's time I stopped pretending." It's the most honest thing she's said yet. And it's that honesty that hints at what's to come. A season where feelings can't be hidden, wounds can't be ignored, and choices must finally be made. Asterisk, there's a shift in the trailer's final stretch, a feeling that something bigger is coming, something that goes beyond love, triangles, or family drama. Jackie's journey begins to feel less about choosing between Cole or Alex and more about choosing herself. For the first time, the trailer focuses on Jackie alone, not in someone else's orbit, not reacting to someone else's actions, but standing completely on her own. We see her looking at college brochures, meeting with a counselor, and walking through campus buildings in scenes that feel calm, mature, and heavy with possibility. This isn't the same girl who ran away in season 1. She's asking herself real questions now about her future, her identity, and what she truly wants. It's in these quiet solo moments that Jackie's transformation really shines. There's a beautiful scene where she's writing in a journal, her voice heard in the background saying, "I used to think love was supposed to save me, but maybe I needed to save myself first." That one line hits like a thunderclap. Brr. A show built around emotional tension, the idea of self-discovery becomes the most powerful thread of all. Jackie isn't here just to repair old relationships, she's here to rebuild herself, piece by piece, and decide who she's going to be when no one else is looking. The trailer also shows her reconnecting with Sarah, one of the only girls in her life who ever understood her without judgment. In a late-night conversation by the campfire, Sarah says, "You don't owe anyone your heart, Jackie. You owe yourself peace." It's a small line, easy to miss, but it speaks volumes. Jackie has spent so long being pulled between people, between what they expect, what they want, what they feel. Now she's learning that it's okay to step back and breathe, to stop trying to please everyone and start listening to herself. Even Cole and Alex begin to sense this change. Cole watches her from a distance in more than one scene, his face unreadable, part admiration, part heartbreak. There's a moment where he almost approaches her, but doesn't. That hesitation is new for him. He's always been bold, but now he's cautious, afraid that if he speaks too soon, he'll ruin whatever strength she's trying to find. Alex, too, begins to understand that Jackie's journey might not end with either of them. In a quiet lakeside scene, he tells her, "If you choose yourself, I'll still be proud of you." It's one of the most emotionally mature lines we've heard from him, and it feels earned, but it's not all healing and self-reflection. The trailer reminds us that unresolved issues still linger beneath the surface. We see flashbacks that give us glimpses of what Jackie experienced while she was away, moments in New York filled with isolation, stress, and pressure. She wasn't living a fairy tale, she was surviving. Working part-time jobs, managing school deadlines, struggling to sleep at night. There's a short, haunting sequence where she's crying alone on a subway train, and that scene hits differently. It paints a clear picture. Jackie didn't leave to chase freedom. She left because she didn't know how to stay, and that makes her return even more complicated. Because while she's searching for new beginnings, everyone around her is still processing old endings. One of the most emotional scenes comes when Jackie confronts George in the barn. He's fixing a broken stall door when she walks in and says, "I never said thank you." For everything. George doesn't say anything. He just nods, quietly, and keeps working. It's a moment of quiet grace, a recognition that no matter what's happened, this place still gave her love, protection, and a sense of family when she needed it most. Even the younger Walter boys get small but meaningful arcs in the trailer. Isaac confesses that he feels invisible, like he's always in the background of everyone else's drama. Danny opens up about his anxiety, especially after the fire. These side stories add emotional depth to the season and show that Jackie's return affects everyone, not just the central triangle. Her presence reawakens old wounds, but it also brings light to stories that have been ignored for too long. Then there's the visual storytelling. The trailer uses symbolic moments to show Jackie's inner evolution, a broken picture frame being repaired, a horse running freely through the ranch fields, rain falling during a heartfelt conversation. Each scene carries emotional weight, showing us that healing isn't a straight line. It's messy, painful, beautiful, and deeply personal. And for Jackie, it's just beginning. The last 30 seconds of the trailer tie it all together. Jackie stands at the edge of a cliff overlooking a valley, a place we've never seen before in the show. She closes her eyes, takes a deep breath, and smiles, not because everything is fixed, but because she's no longer afraid of what's next. In that moment, the love triangle fades away. The drama fades. What remains is a girl who once felt lost, now learning how to be found on her own terms. As the screen fades to black, a voiceover from Jackie plays one last line. Sometimes, to come home, you have to leave first. And that's the heart of Season 2. It's not just about love, it's about growth. It's about letting go, choosing yourself, and understanding that real strength doesn't come from who loves you, but from learning how to love yourself through the chaos.